Hey, welcome back to Cross the Community. This week, something a little different, pretty cool. One of my favorite speakers, McKenna's, will be sharing her testimony. All yours.
All right, thank you. So, I was always that kid who grew up in that Sunday school environment. I went to church every Sunday with my family. I did the prayers, I sang the little songs, and I did the little activities about this man named Jesus. I heard a million stories about this guy, but I didn't know him. I knew about him, but I didn't know him. That was kind of how I lived my life up until my 6th grade year. First year of middle school. You hear lots of stories about this stuff. New teachers, new friends, people change, environments change. A lot of changing. Now, I'm coming to this new big place from an environment that I've grown up in for the past 5 years or so. For an environment where my mom was the teacher, where I've had the same friends for years, where I knew the school inside and out. And I was going to this place where I didn't know anything. And it was really tough. I'm that kind of person who doesn't take change very well. So this experience hit me really hard. The workload was more than I was used to. The teachers were not really my type, and my friends that used to play hopscotch with me at recess were now going off and cursing and gossiping and doing things that I knew was not the right thing to do. I saw myself changing with my friends. Any relationship that I did have with God before was damaged pretty bad. He was in my mind, but distant and far off, and I kind of ignored him for a long time. This led to me doing some things that I shouldn't have done. I got into trouble, and I had to pay the consequences. Keep in mind, I've always been that goody two-shoes kind of person. I never did anything like this, so I was not used to it. I felt unworthy. I felt ashamed. Every time I looked in the mirror, I kind of had a breakdown. And it was tough. I, at this time, felt like I was drowning in a pool of sin. And I couldn't get out. I felt like I was chained to the bottom of a pool. But then a hand reached down in that pool and pulled me out. And that hand was God. He found me, and he saved me. And he said, "Hey, McKenna, let's get out of this pool." And I said, "Okay, I'm ready." So he pulled me out. And in that first week, or getting to know him, there were lots of times where I just cried. It was an experience that I was not used to. But it wasn't bad. It was good. I had Christ with me that I could cry with. And it was pretty great, actually. I became to know him. I talked to Christ, and the good thing is he talked back to me. We knew each other, and it was great. I read the Bible, I prayed, and that year got better. But that year did not get better because my friends came back to me or the schoolwork got less, but because of the power of Christ. And that is something that no earthly thing can measure up to. That year ended, and I felt like a new person. I proved to myself that 6th grade was not impossible. At some point, God had taken over me. There wasn't really just one moment where it clicked. It kind of just slowly happened over time. I prayed even more that summer. I didn't really know what God's plans for me were, but I knew that it was going to be good no matter what. And I prayed, he listened, and he provided. He provided me with a new environment and a new school that was so much better for me. The teachers knew me for me, and my friends knew me for me. Not only that, it was a Christian school where I got to learn about this guy every single day. Not just in class, but outside of class too. It was the happiest I had been in a long time. And my relationship is still strong with him today, and I'm still learning and growing every single day. But this whole experience proved to me that sometimes you have to go through tough things to get to know him more. And it pays off in the end, because you can look back and say, man, that was tough, but I got through it. So even in the darkest times, sometimes that's when his light shines the most.
Right on. Hey, thanks, McKenna, for sharing. And we thought in this week's post, we'd like you to share maybe some things God's doing in your life. Maybe in the comments section of this video post, whether it's your testimony or just some awesome things God is doing to share with the rest of the Cross to community, or even recording your own testimony and sharing it on our page. We'd love to be a part of that. So you or your family, while you're stuck here in quarantine, may be a great opportunity to either put down in words or on a video what God's doing in your life, like this brave young lady. But once again, praise it into McKenna so much as it is to God. We give all glory and honor to him. Thanks.